Happy Monday night, y'all. Jason with End The Simpademic. I am coming at you. I wanted to address something real quickly here, and I think it's something that some of my viewers might be wondering sometimes. And I've never come up with a specific set of values and beliefs that this channel will stand for. And I kind of go all over the board on occasion, but there is a general direction to all of this, so I'm going to explain it to everybody here tonight. And feels like Seattle here, by the way. A little bit chilly and rainy. But anyway, the values and what I stand for here on End The Simpademic. Number one, I call it even both ways. It's, very easy to call out women for being hypergamous. It's also very easy for me to be calling out, women for having unrealistic expectations. But I also like to call out men for not stepping up their game and not stepping up their lives. And so I believe I call it very straight and very fair. I certainly call it a more fair game than the former umpire Angel Hernandez. If you've ever seen some of his calls, they're pretty outrageous, and some of the Manosphere's contents are likewise outrageous, and some of the clips of women that they post showing these unrealistic expectations are also just as ridiculous as Angel Hernandez. And so I prefer not to do things that way here. I like to call it very even. I'm calling balls and strikes as they come in. It's not about necessarily an opinion, although it is, but it's also about calling a fair game when it comes to the gender wars. If men are screwing up, I want to call it out. If women are screwing up, I want to call it out. And so we call it very fair here at End The Simpademic. That's number one. Number two is, yes, the Manosphere does create a lot of content that incurs a lot of rage in a lot of men. However, with that said, a lot of the concerns that these channels sometimes bring up are legitimate. So before we write them entirely off as being, rage baiting, rage hating, rage whatever, you got to remember the reason why that they appeal to so many men is that they are a lot of the issues and situations that they bring up for some of us are reality. So when I see one of these faceless channels bring up harassment, false harassment charges from women who don't think that men that are approaching them measure up, I know this to be true because I've experienced it. I have been falsely accused and harassed before. All because I'm not a 6 foot tall Chad. And the old line, I have a boyfriend, is kind of a running joke online these days. And of course, I know why. And going on the flip side, women make it too easy for men. So yes, men's channels are very extreme. But on the same token, women make it too easy for them to post content. They just put too much content. They make it too easy. And I don't like to defend the Manosphere channels, faceless channels with no accountability for what they do, because I still don't think it's very good. And I think they just do it to get men's rage and get it from that endless dopamine hit. But on the same token, women out there are putting up too much material on TikTok and YouTube, and they're making it too easy for these men's channels to exploit this. So I call it even. And the third big key on this channel is women and men both need to do better. And not in a way where women will say that men need to do better on their online dating profiles. Because they'll take that advice and change everything about themselves but the results don't change. Likewise, men need to do better in having better lives that will draw the women that they want in. And finally, the fourth thing is that men have allowed themselves to become too desperate, hence the name of the channel. Ending the Simpademic is what this channel initially launched out to be about, and it still is true. Men need to quit putting women on pedestals. We need to quit groveling for them, giving them attention that they haven't earned, and basically just need to stop begging them and going out of our way to do things for them to hopefully just on some sort of wild whim that they'll want to start a relationship with us. It doesn't work that way. So the fourth value is that men need to stop being simps, just plain and straightforward. If you're begging for a woman's attention, or if you're following around like some lost puppy dog, you need to stop today. So men and women absolutely need to be better, and men need to stop simping for women. Because you think that if you do extra nice things for them, or take time out for them and go out of your way, that they're going to want to date you. That's actually the opposite. Because they look at you as a sucker. They look at you as a pushover. They look at you as somebody who, if they need money or time or some other resource, that they can just hit you up on text, and they know that you'll just freely give it to them because you're so desperate for a relationship with them. But they cannot and will not, and I don't blame them for never respecting that. They shouldn't respect that. So those are the core values here at End the Simpademic. Those are the things that those are hills that I basically will die on. So, in short, that's it. Enjoy your Monday night, guys. It's a little cold and rainy here. It looks more like Seattle, Washington instead of Minnesota. But, y'all have a peaceful good night. I will see you folks tomorrow on the Tuesday night edition of End the Simpademic. Peace out, homies.